Remember when I came back from my break last year, I said, this is the only tank I'm gonna set up. It's all I need. I'm gonna be fine with just that. Well, I lied. Lisa and I have decided we're gonna take things to a whole new level and we're gonna build a fish room in our house. In fact, we're gonna convert our garage into a fish room. There's only one problem with that, and that problem is behind this door. So to solve our little problem with storage and all of the junk that's in the garage, we had to take a trip to the old Home Depot, one of my favorite places in the world to go. And what I chose to get to solve this problem is a 10x8 resin shed, which you see right there.
This will be fun.
Putting the shed together was actually a lot of fun. The boys helped me out with it, and of course we picked the hottest day of the year to do it.
This isn't the kind of video I wanted to take, John.
So in order to get this shed in place, CJ and I built that platform you saw us working on the clip earlier, or you saw him working on and me standing around watching him. But we had to build that platform first, and then we were able to start putting the shed together. The whole thing took 7 or 8 hours or so to do the whole thing start to finish. That was building the platform, leveling that off, and then assembling the shed. The boys bailed on me after 4 or 5 hours or so, and that's fine. I mean, I was really happy to get 4 or 5 hours out of them, and believe me, I put them to work the next weekend, because the next weekend was all about clearing the garage out and putting everything into the shed that needed to go into there. So it was a long couple of weekends, but we got the shed done. We got the stuff moved out of the garage that needed to go out there, the rest of the stuff into the basement. And yes, it was exhausting, but it was worth it. And I am so glad we did it. And I'm also so glad I had help. Okay, so here we are. We're out in the garage now. It is all cleared out. Well, it's cleared out as much as it could be cleared out. Hopefully the sound isn't too echoey right now. I can hear myself echoing like crazy. Hopefully it's not coming through the microphone though, because I do have the little lavalier microphone on. Hopefully that makes a difference. But anyway, we got everything out that we can get out for right now, and I'll explain that in a minute. I want to give you, even though we're in one room, I'll kind of do a spin through here. We're in one room. It's a 2-car garage. There's not a whole lot to show you, but I want to give you an idea of what we're thinking about doing in here. But of course, once the tanks are here, that might change, because once they're in place, things always look a lot different. So I don't know, we'll have to see about that. But I want to take you through and just give you an idea of what's going on, and then we'll talk about the future. So this is basically, if we're standing at my kitchen door looking out into the garage, this is what we see. There's nothing substantial about it. It's a 2-car garage. I mean, nothing fancy about it. It just is what it is. I guess we should consider ourselves lucky to have a window. That's kind of cool. But anyway, and also making the first appearance since 2017, we have the 240. Yes, it is very dirty at the moment. It's been sitting out in this garage for almost a year with nothing being done to it. So I've got everything taken off. The filter, well, these are all locked, but the filter's still underneath. You can take a look at it from the back. The seamless sump, no, we can't. It's all blocked off. I don't even know what I'm doing here today. But anyway, the reason why it's still sitting in the middle of the room like this is because I'm gonna do some things to the background, and not only that, The electrician's gonna be coming tomorrow or the next day to kind of get an idea of what it is that we want. And I wanted to leave it out in the middle of the room so that he can do what he's got to do. So once the electric goes in, then that'll be moved into place. But also I want to take care of the background before I do that too. Still don't know for sure what I'm going to do with the background, but there it is. So these are some of the pieces of wood that we have left over. Of course, this one is not wood. This one is a Universal Rocks product. I've done a whole video about that. These two pieces of wood I've had for like 10 years. I absolutely love them. We'll incorporate them somewhere into there, but anyway, they're just sitting there for the time being. The 240 is the only tank that's out here right now. Other than that, we've got this rack right here. I talked about it in the stream. We've used this rack for years. We've put tanks on it. We've done all kinds of stuff with that. Right now though, it is kind of the final bit of storage for the stuff that still needs to be taken down to the basement. Basically, all of this stuff that you see here on the bottom shelf and everything up on the top shelf is all gonna go down into our basement. But the spot that they're gonna go is where we actually have our two 125s right now. So once the 125s come up, all of that and all of that will go downstairs, and this will be all fish tank stuff. The woodworking tools and stuff like that will go down there too. So, but right now I'm using it kind of as a staging area. This whole area, I've got my couple of fluval filters here and just a bunch of totes full of all kinds of stuff. I mean, we've got wood in here. We've got some fluval lights down below, more wood, more stuff. I don't know, some old substrate. I mean, this is just kind of, we packed everything up when we moved, and now here it all sits. All of my lights are right there, right next to the kitty box. Isn't that nice? We'll talk about the kitty box in a minute, but I've also got all of my glass lids. This is for the 240 and both 125s. They're all sitting there just so they don't get hit and broken. And then all of these totes have more of our stuff that we packed up from the house before. Got a lot of stuff in here. This whole tote right here is full of Northfin, and it's all expired. So I'm gonna have to talk to Jay, find out if that's gonna be still okay to use. But I've got some bottles of Prime in here. I've got some salt. I've got all kinds of stuff, medications, and of course the plushy Plecos, which everyone absolutely loves. These were on sale on our website, and that was the leftover inventory. So anyway, one last thing to talk about before we talk about where the tanks are gonna go is this new project here. You may not be aware, Lisa has her own channel now, and it's not focusing in on them because of the grate, but she rescued these cats, the mother kitten and her, not kitten, but the mother cat and her 5 kittens. And we've had them here for a few days now, I don't know. So for now, they are here, and I don't know what's gonna happen with that. So that's why you see litter boxes out. The mommy cat, we let her get away from the kittens every once in a while, and she'll roam around the garage. I think that cat might end up being a fish room cat. But anyway, we've got the 8-foot tank on the way, and that 8-foot tank is gonna go right here on this wall. My idea is to have the 400 gallon right here, and then the 240 right there. So this tank, we're just gonna have to slide right back there, and everything will be good. And then the 400 will be there. Now, that 400 gallon is a 3-foot deep tank. So if you see that corner right there, it's only 24 inches. So I don't know how it's all gonna line up right there, but that's gonna be really nice to have that kind of L shape, 2 giant tanks. It's gonna look really good. This 240 is 6 inches taller than the 400 gallon, but so what? It's still gonna look really good. And then the idea is we're gonna, I don't know exactly how this is gonna go because of that window. We're eventually gonna be putting a window unit in there. Right now, we've just got a little exhaust fan to get air moving in here for the cats, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I might be able to fit a 75 next to the 240, but then when we get over here, we've got the electric box right next to my teeter hang-ups. If you got a bad back, you need to get one of those. Those things are amazing. But got the electric box there. So don't really want to cover that up. So not 100% sure, but I think what's going to happen is 400, 240, and then either a 125 on a lower rack or a 75 near there in the window, and then put a 125 this way, or possibly even both 125s stacked right there at the door. As far as the doors go, that door we're gonna go ahead and block. Who cares? That one we will leave accessible. We'll be able to open that one just to be able to get stuff in and out and all of that kind of stuff. So we're not gonna block that. The idea with this room, I don't wanna put anything in the middle. This old table right here was here when we moved in. I mean, it's just a junky old table, but that's probably gonna actually stay for now, and we'll just sit there and talk and make videos, I don't know. But for now, that's gonna stay. Maybe I'll paint it or something. I mean, I am a furniture finisher for a living, but this whole area here will eventually be Lisa's wall. Right now, we've got the cornhole boards, because that's what we do in King George, and the refrigerator. The refrigerator is actually gonna move to over here where the canopy is for the 240. Not gonna use the canopy anymore. I'm just kind of past that. So the refrigerator will go there. My camera keeps losing focus every time I point. And then all of this is gonna be for Lisa to pretty much do whatever she wants to do. I think her 75 with the Emperor Tetris is gonna go right there. And then we're gonna probably use that rack right there for the rest of her nano tanks until I can build her something fancier to go in that spot. So yeah, that's gonna be all hers, and it's probably gonna be a bunch of small tanks where my side is gonna be all big tanks. So yeah, that's how it's gonna go. So that's the idea for now. I know it's not much to look at right now, but we're bringing the tanks up within the next couple days. The electrician's coming in the next couple days, and then we'll be able to roll. Things always look so much bigger in the pictures. So there we go. The shed is built. Everything is in it that needs to be in it. And now it's time to do some serious work. We've got all kinds of stuff left to do. And as we get working on that, I will show it to you in video. In the next video, we'll probably talk about lights, paint, all kinds of stuff. So be ready, because this is going to be an adventure.